Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make this go live a little early because I wanted to show off the murals before we get started. This will also be recorded so you can watch it later. So we're going to go through. This is number 1 and number 2. Number 3 and number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. And number 9 and number 10. So we're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. We're just letting people go ahead and get settled, and then we'll start the presentation. But feel free to comment any questions. Nate's going to be doing the live until he's up talking, and then I'll take over. But let us know if you have any questions that you would like answered during the meeting. And we would love to have your feedback on the murals. So the committee that's going to actually choose the mural can know what the community likes. So we definitely want community feedback. Okay. I'm going to hand this over to Nate. I'm going to start the meeting. Okay. So I'm Cindy Sandin. I am, I don't know what I call myself, president, the director, depends on what documents I'm signing. Keep Soddy-Daisy Beautiful. And this is Nate Sandin, my husband. He is the official secretary, but he's a lot more than that. And this is Jim Stewart, who's our treasurer, and also my sidekick in a lot of the projects we're doing. So I just wanted to say thank you for showing up, and we're super excited about what we have going on with Keep Soddy-Daisy Beautiful. Each of us are going to get up and kind of talk about our areas that we're working on. Terry Williamson, she is one of our great volunteers who has decided to take on the mural project. She is the team leader for that and has been doing a wonderful job coordinating that and help the magic happen. So I'm going to let her get up and go ahead and talk about the mural project and what's going on with that first. Thank you.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming this morning. Just wanted to talk about the mural project briefly. Who all here knows that it's going to go on the wall at Winter's Restaurant? All right, the reason the mural was proposed was to brighten up our community by using a building on the main thoroughfare through our town that could be easily viewed. It will add vibrancy and beautify our area and hopefully spark interest for more art in the area, including utility box art, street art gallery, and future murals. We hope it will also create a buzz and attract more people to do activities in our area. Luckily, the building owners, Pam and David Smith, are open to having a mural on the building. The mural will add a sense of place and be a focal point of colors celebrating our area. Looking toward the future, I believe we need to form a coalition of support for public art to include Keep Soddy-Daisy Beautiful, city, public, and private funding. Cooperation between art supporters and advocates and city officials will be key. Public art is the foundation for successful art programs. I would like to see us develop an economic impact plan for the city of Soddy-Daisy relative to how we can bring more people to view and linger at the mural while focusing on safety and security. The completed mural will be a gift to the city of Soddy-Daisy. A story will be curated by the artist explaining what the art represents. We actually have statements from them already. We will set an unveiling date after the mural is finished. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, well, before you leave today, if you would, Pick your favorite one and write the number down on little tickets and put in the box, and we really appreciate that. And again, thank you for being here.
And we'll have the art on Facebook as well. I'm going to have photos of all the art for the next week and a half for the community to have feedback on that. Okay. So next is you and I, we're going to talk about I'll let you start with the 5K and the fall festival.
Sure. Jim Stewart here. Thanks, everyone. Last year, we had a fall festival in Soddy-Daisy, and we had over 1,200 people, but we couldn't keep track of how many. We stopped counting after a while. Last year was at Post Tavern in Soddy-Daisy City Hall. We asked the city, and led by our mayor here, they agreed to give us a bigger park. So we're going to have it here October 15th. Fall festival is going to start at 10 o'clock. I'll let Cindy talk a little bit about that. But before the festival starts, we're going to have a 5K race. You can either run or you can walk. You can wear a costume if you want. It's going to be a flat course. We're going to run around this park here into some of the city streets. We're going to use a course that was used several years ago when they had 5K here. It's a great place for a first-time 5K walker or runner if they'd like to do it for the first time. And following that, we're going to have a series of kiddie races from about 25 to 50 yards. And we want to get kids 12 years and younger involved. Costumes will be strongly encouraged. Every kid's going to get a prize. So we're trying to, just add something else to the fall festival this year. We'll have the registration site live.
Yes. Yeah, and you can always find information on our website too. We're keeping all that on there.
It's 5K, does that mean it's 5 miles?
5 kilometers, so it's 3.1 miles.
Sounds a lot better.
Yeah, the way most road races run, they use the metric system, so they're 5Ks, 10Ks, things like that.
And you can even walk it too. You don't have to run it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we expect a lot of walks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And importantly, it's a fundraiser for the CHI Memorial Hospital Breast Care Center. So as part of Breast Care Awareness Month, it was agreed that that's where all the funds are going to go. Yeah, so that's all I have.
Okay. And the fall festival, so yeah, last year we did our very first one. The main goal of the fall festival is, well, there's a couple. First, it's to bring the community together. Our society's got a lot of things that bring us apart these days, so I wanted to have an event where everybody can come together, have a good time, and what community is about and what fellowship is about. So that was the first thing. Second is I wanted to make it affordable for families to be able to bring their children out for the day and have fun. So my main goal with the fall festival is to have as much free fun and entertainment for families as possible. So that being said, we rely on sponsors, donors, and volunteers to make that happen because like bounce houses, all those things can be really expensive. So that's the main goal. It'll run from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have vendors, all sorts of vendors are welcome. Anything from makers who make stuff, even MLM companies. It's open to all vendors this year. Businesses last year, it was only open to farmers market type vendors because we had it. It was a part of the farmers market. But this year, it's open to everybody, nonprofits, churches, politicians, vendors, anybody who wants to come is welcome. I asked that vendors have some sort of game or activity that they provide for the families, if possible, and that makes it so there's a lot more fun things to do. So we'll have more about that. I'm going to have the vendor registration soon. We'll have the 5K sign up soon. But if you want any more information, just go to our website. It's keepsoddy-daisybeautiful.org, and you can find out more about that. And then let's see. Oh, it's up to you, Nate. So I'll take over the phone. You're going to talk about the cleanup challenge recap and future plans for our cleanups.
Yes, I'm Nate Sandin, and I'm sort of in charge of the litter problem here. We've done quite a few cleanups since our last community meeting, and one in particular, really big one we did was the community cleanup challenge. And for that, we decided to try to challenge the city and actually the whole county to go out and form teams, be a church, a family, a business, or club of any sort, and form a team, go out, clean up wherever you wanted, and report back with how many bags you got, take pictures, that sort of thing. And we got 17 teams out for that event. That was in April for Earth Week. We ran it from April 18th to the 25th. We got 17 teams, 500 people went out. We got 165 bags of trash, which, think about that for a second, that's a lot of trash. And 175 tires and other large items. And so we want to do that again next year, next spring again during Earth Week, and possibly do that in the fall as well. We won't do it this year because we just have too much going on with the fall festival and things like that. But so every spring we'd like to do that at least, and then this fall we will go out with a cleanup that's already scheduled by another organization, where they clean up around the waterways, and they kind of do teams as well. So we're just going to kind of join them. I think that's all I have pretty much. We've done quite a few other cleanups, but that was our biggest one.
Okay. This back to you.
And just to fill in, the organization is Waterways that we're going to be, and they have something called the River Rescue that they've been doing for a very long time. And it actually, the organization who started that cleanup lived here. It was actually individuals that lived in Soddy-Daisy who started it, what was like 30 years ago or something like that. And it kind of changed hands over the years. It actually was part of the aquarium for a while. And then when COVID hit, the aquarium decided they couldn't do it any longer. And so they gave it over to a nonprofit organization called Waterways that originally was based on cleaning up the waterways in the Caribbean. But most of the people who run the organization are based in Chattanooga. So kind of interesting. We've been learning more about them. And then we'll also have a cleanup with Keep Tennessee River Beautiful. They'll be here the following Sunday. So it's the very first Saturday and Sunday of October. Yes.
Do you list all this information on your website?
We do, yeah. There's a lot to keep track of, and we also have a Facebook group. Yeah.
Right, we've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's timely. Like, I don't have anything about that so much on the Facebook or on the website yet because it's October, and right now we have the mural project going, and we're just getting the fall
I just
festival.
wondered if there was a calendar.
Yeah, there is a calendar. Yeah, if you go under events, I have stuff listed. I don't think I have the cleanups on there yet, but I will soon. So yeah, so keep track of all of that. Okay, Jim, you are up. Arbor Day update.
Oh, okay. I get to talk about a lot of things I really enjoy doing. But before I talk about Arbor Day, Nate, I was distracted. I apologize during your talk. Did you mention how many people were involved with the spring cleanup?
There's 500, yeah.
Yeah, 500 people. So just think about that. 500 people across the county cleaning up trash. I mean, that's how we're going to get the county cleaned up.
Yeah.
So Arbor Day, we held Soddy-Daisy. Does anyone not know what Arbor? Who has heard of Arbor Day? Okay, so most people have heard what it is. It's basically a nationwide. It's actually a worldwide effort now to plant trees during the most appropriate planting time for wherever the event is taking place. In Tennessee, it's the first Saturday in March. This year, we held our first Arbor Day in Soddy-Daisy across the road in the park that has multiple names. To the State Park, Pine Tree Park. I've heard some other colorful names for it. I think you might, but anyway, if you go right across the street from here, we planted 16 really nice big trees. We're all doing very well right now. So we thought this year we would do something a little bigger. So we got permission from the city, who's our great partner in all of this. If you look right over there, there's Soddy Lake on the side of the highway. We're going to plant 35 trees along the lake there. The trees have been selected by an arborist who works on our team, as well as a retired forester from the city of Chattanooga. So we've got some expert recommendations. We'll be partnering again with the city, also with Ivy Academy, who is everyone Ivy Academy? They're our local environmental high school down the road. They helped us with Arbor Day this year. They're going to help us again next year. They're just a wonderful partner. It's perfect on the school for us. So if you'd like to get involved in the Arbor Day, you can do it in a number of different ways. We do need to raise funds for it. You'll hear this common theme. Since we're a nonprofit, we talk about two things: money and getting volunteers. So we have lots of ways to get involved. With Arbor Day, you could be there, help plant trees that day, or you could donate money to buy the trees. So we'll have a challenge of raising about $3,000, and then the city's going to be kicking in $2,500, and 35 beautiful trees planted in. Any questions?
What type of tree are you planting?
We've got 4 that have been recommended. 2 types of red maples, a willow oak, and a tulip poplar, which is a state tree.
So you're gonna do a variety, or is it gonna be all?
Yeah, it's going to be a mix of those 4 types of trees, and they all should do well along the lake. Good question. Any other things? Arbor Day? We'd love to have you involved. It was fun. Last year we had, let's say, 30 people there. Some were not physically able to help plant, so they were there providing some good moral support, but a lot of kids and adults got their hands dirty planting some trees. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that brings me to the final thing that we're going to probably talk about. There is one thing that I want to say, like, just if anybody doesn't know. So we are 100% volunteer ran nonprofit. So there's nobody with any salaries or making any money off of this endeavor. It's all just us in our spare time doing what we can for the community. So that's again why we ask for volunteers all the time, because we have a lot of ideas, but it takes a lot of time to make those ideas happen. So we are always looking for people that are willing to help us with all of that. So a while ago, we decided to do a t-shirt contest, and I want to announce the winner for that, actually. And I have one of the submitted here. So first place, she wasn't able to come here, but she did. I have just a PDF. I can pass it around. This is her art submission, and her name is Mary Claire Elliott Doster. And she said, Soddy-Daisy is extremely dear to my heart as my family has lived there for generations. I am very proud. One of my favorite places in the world is Big Soddy Golf. Thank you for your consideration. So that's what her photo is. And that got the most votes. We did it on Facebook, so the community voted for which one they wanted. And then second place, and then she's gonna get a $50 gift card from Northside Neighborhood House that you can use at the thrift stores or the coffee shop. That is the prize. And so she actually doesn't live in the area now, but she just lives in northern Tennessee, but her family lives here, so she says she visits all the time. And then second place, we have Anita Pierce, and this is her piece of art right here. And do you want to say anything about what you were?
Well, I mean, we've lived here about 11 years, and we came from Louisiana. And we really like Soddy-Daisy. The people here are friendly, and just we really like the beauty of the area. I've seen a lot of people actually cleaning in the area. And before I saw this advertised, I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of something that for my community that makes me feel like I'm helping, you know, even if it's something simple like this. But I just I am thankful for you guys for all that you do, and it's really it feels like home, like we're home now. Soddy-Daisy is a beautiful place.
And so for you, I have a $25 gift card for
Thank
inside
you.
you. So if you haven't been to the coffee shop, they serve a really good coffee. And then the thrift store is my favorite in the whole area. It's always, doesn't smell. It's always like really nice, a little collection of stuff. So.
I've donated a few things.
Okay, yeah, I love, and they have one in Red Bank. I haven't been to that one, but I love the Soddy-Daisy one. And then third place, I don't think, is Evelyn here? I don't think so. Third place was Evelyn Marie Williams, and she sent in a digital art piece, and she said she was trying to capture pristine, clear, and clean look symbolic of sky, mountains, streams, and lakes. And she'll get a $10 gift card. Most likely bring that with, I will get that to her. So that is pretty much all we had on our agenda. We would love some community feedback. If you have any questions you want to ask, or if you have any ideas, we'd love to hear it. And if you haven't had a chance to vote on the mural, feel free to come up here and look at them, and then just go ahead and write what number you like and put it in the box, and then that way we can, you know, tell the committee which mural the community was the most fond of. So I'm really excited. Like, we weren't sure how this was going to turn out. There's been stress. I've had to hold Terry and tell her it'll be okay a few times. We thought nobody was going to submit and all those things, but the community really came out and showed some of their best. So I'm very excited, and I think no matter what, we're going to have a beautiful piece of art, our first, I think, piece of public art in Soddy-Daisy. So yeah, I think it's very exciting, and I think that's it. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, how long is the voting going on?
So for the public, we're just going to get public voting until right before we do our committee. So the way it's going to work is the public's going to have a say. We'll tally what the community says, and then we'll take that into accord when the committee gets together and actually does their final vote on July 2. So, and then we'll announce the winner. And then we got to start getting to work because I've got grants I'm writing, and then we got to start getting some money because I heard this mural paint's really expensive. So that's the next steps for that. Okay. Yeah. Well, good. You can give us some pointers because yeah, we're newbies, so we're always looking for. Yeah. Luckily, Keep Soddy-Daisy Beautiful has insurance. Hey, there's our insurance agent right there. So our insurance follows us on all of our wonderful projects that we're doing.
We think it's admirable what you're doing. First thing we noticed was, well, it's considering our cost.
Yeah.
I had the idea about getting schools and kids are young, teach them how to do
Yes.
like first, second grade.
I'm so shocked when we go to any stores and store friends to do trash. Very little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say on a positive note for that, Daisy Elementary was one of the organizations that joined us for our cleanup challenge. They got the entire school out and did the cleanup. And I have a friend who has kids that go there, and she says ever since then her children have been talking about litter, picking up litter, and noticing litter more. So we definitely want to expand that in the future. There are some organizations that are already doing some educational stuff. So instead of trying to create the wheel, I'm looking more to collaborate with them and see how we can participate to help expand that. I know Ivy does a lot of that kind of stuff, but getting it into the other schools in the area would definitely be a benefit. So working on that, but it's, you know, like I said, it's mostly just Jim, Nate, and I doing a lot of the work. We have some wonderful volunteers like Terry. Oh, did you want to mention some of the other top volunteers that we
Well, we got one right here. Lori Denblecker has come out with us a few times and done cleanups in the past. And see who else we got here. Well, our mayor here has been out to quite a few cleanups as well, and Jim Stewart, of course, and Karen Stewart, and
And then we have Wynn and,
That's just a t-shirt.
yeah, no, but Jim, I was gonna say, who's been your top volunteer? I just want to make sure everybody knows we have some amazing volunteers too.
Wynn and Arbor Anderson recently gotten very, particularly some of the planning for the Arbor Day coming up. They're also our unsung heroes. They were out with their grandsons during the heat last week, watering all the trees in the park. So all those little pieces fit together and really hope to expand the volunteer.
And then,
I've been cleaning since January, I go up here to the creek before it was, you know, it's like a little trail to go up there. People be breaking beer bottles and I'm taking brooms, sweep it up. And if anybody could, I was like, hey, pick that up, don't throw in the beer bottle. I have an issue that I don't know if y'all can help with, but I adopted a river mile. Okay. Okay, so between our house and the mouth of Clawson Creek, it's TVA Park. There's no jet ski. It's been there almost 2 years ago. Doesn't float. I called, I don't know who I called, this is so long now, last year. They told me that they would come out, on 10 replacements, it's still sitting there. I don't know.
yeah, well, definitely email us anytime you can see. I'm a good squeaky wheel. Some people have had to deal with me, know I'm a good squeaky wheel.
That one that you looked at a couple years ago, just, I was probably not even ordered one. I picked up 2, that was huge, green bags full.
I believe it.
Yeah, that's a good, so Nate and I, so some of our partners, yeah, that's where I was kind of going. So, and also I mentioned Pam. Pam's been a volunteer, Pam Blazer, who works for RPA, and she's the resident of our community here. It's been a huge help. Thanks. And some of our organizations that we work with is Keep Tennessee River Beautiful. We actually, is your mile here with them? Because I know they have an
Probably, yeah.
So she comes down here with her boat quite often and does cleanups. And we went and did the last one with them, and we did 2 days out. So we met on, where did we meet? Chester Cross. We left out of Chester Cross for some reason. We were going to leave out of Possum, but we couldn't. So we left out of Chester Cross, 2 days. How many volunteers was there?
17.
17 volunteers. We picked up
6,500 pounds.
of trash off of the lake. We went into 2 coats. 3 coats. 3 coats. We went into 3 coats.
Over 2 days, yeah, 3 coats.
over 2 days. Yeah, so there's a lot of trash. It's still,
They put that about a couple years ago right there in Pop. There was one stump there.
oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another.
Jim Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went down and did a cleanup with him as well, and I think that boat is kind of near his house. We looked at it, and we did our first cleanup thing already